I can probably go with a different formula ultimately. That's a one-to-one formula. I probably could support a 2-to-1 formula where you do 2 times as many spending cuts as you do tax increases or tax reform. But I think you have to have balance in the end. And I think ultimately that's where this country is and that's where the state is. I think there's a portion of Republicans in this country and conservatives who want to balance the budget only by spending cuts, and there's a portion of progressives and Democrats who want to do this only by tax increases. I lie in the middle, and I think that's basically where most of Connecticut is. But we have to get out of these manufactured crises, because this one, sequestration, these automatic budget cuts, these thoughtless, insane automatic budget cuts that went into effect just a couple weeks ago, are going to hurt Connecticut. What we did about a year and a half ago in order to get Republican support for increasing the debt ceiling was set up this process by which if a super committee didn't come up with a debt reduction deal, these automatic cuts would go into effect. Nobody actually thought they would, but because the super committee couldn't come up with a deal, we're stuck with them. And you probably heard most about the air traffic control towers closing, which is just a terrible, terrible thing for Connecticut. We have major regional airports that lend millions of dollars to the local economies that are going to be taken offline in a couple of weeks. But there are other things that you might not see as clearly that hurt as well. For instance, you're going to have 1,600 less kids who are going to get vaccinations because of these cuts. You're going to have $24 million for medical research sucked out of our universities and our private labs. You're going to have Head Start classrooms shutting down all over the state. This is not a good outcome. This is why we need to get this longer-term budget deal done so that you can do cuts in a smart way, not across the board. Pick the accounts that you want to invest in. Pick the accounts that you can save money in, rather than just taking a cleaver to the entirety of the budget. I'll say this last thing quickly about the budget. Here's how I approach it. I would take 3 accounts and hold them harmless from budget cuts. I think if you're a business, you're investing in your people, you're investing in your infrastructure, your plant, and you're investing in your competitive edge over the businesses that you're competing against. And so the federal government should do the same. That means investing in your people, education, investing in your physical plant, our infrastructure, and investing in our competitive edge, which is the ingenuity of our economy, which means investing in research and development. I think those 3 accounts, research and development, scientific research, infrastructure, and education, should be held harmless from these budget cuts. There are plenty of other places, whether they be subsidies for the healthcare industry, agricultural line items, or the defense budget, that can manage to take big cuts. I think you should save those 3.